Okay, today we are going to be practicing using spell check for a document. In order to open up this document, you'll need to find it on your O drive. To do that, if you see at the bottom here, I've got a folder. If you click on the folder, and you'll find on your left side of the screen where it says computer, click on computer, and your drives come up. You guys will only have an H drive and an O drive. You won't have all of these to look through. I saved it on the O drive for you. So you're going to click on the O drive. So first of all, we did folder, computer, double click O drive. I would like you to pause the video now and get to your O drive and then resume the video so you can see where to find our document. Okay, now that you've opened up your O drive, there's only one folder to click on, so you double click on the WA folder. We are looking for Computer Lab. Okay, don't automatically go to 3rd grade right here. We don't want that yet. So it's WA, then Computer Lab, double click. Now we want to go to 3rd grade. So if you double click on 3rd grade, you'll find in there a document called Spell Check. And you click once to open that. Actually, you click double click, sorry. Okay, go ahead and pause your video now and click on the WA folder, then the Computer Lab folder, then the 3rd grade folder, then the Spell Check document. Okay, now that you have your document opened, since we opened it from the O drive, we need to make sure that we save it to our H drive, the very first thing. So in order to save to your H drive, you do File, the blue tab, Save As. We're going to double click on Computer. And when you go down to the left side of your screen, you click on Computer to bring up your drives. And I want the one that has my username and then an H at the end. So I double click that to open it. You'll find your Computer Lab folder, double click, and then we're just going to save here. You don't even have to change the name. It's called Spell Check. That's what I want you to save it as. So click on Save. Okay, go ahead and pause your video, do File, Save As, and find your H drive and save it to the Computer Lab folder. Okay, now that we've saved our document, we can go ahead and fix the spelling. If you notice on the document, there are red squiggly lines under some of the words, and here's a blue squiggly line. That means there's something wrong with that word. The red one means that it's not spelled correctly, and the blue one means that there's something grammatically wrong with it. So in order to figure out how to fix that, if you right-click on the word, which is by using the right mouse button, the one that you don't normally use, so right-click, and look, it brought up a word. This is the only one that it gave me for an option. I think that's my right word for perfect. So I worked hard on my paper, so it should be perfect. If I have words that are not spelled, oh, that's not spelled right. So right-click on that. I know it's not speed. I don't even know what that word is. Spewed or spilled. It's got to be spelled here. Okay. You just go through, right-click on words, and find the right word. Now this one right here that's blue underlined, if you right-click on it, it just tells me I accidentally capitalized it. So if you click on that, it'll uncapitalize it for you. Okay, go ahead and pause your video now and fix all of the spelling and grammar errors in this document, and then resume the video when you're finished. Okay, now that all the spelling is fixed, let's go ahead and change the font a little bit so it's a little bit nicer and a little bit easier to read. So in order to do that, you have to select all of the words. By select it, I mean you hold down your mouse button and drag it all the way across all of your words. Okay, once that is all selected, you can go up to the top where it has the font styles. You can choose a font style. Choose one that's not going to be really hard to read. I like Arial. We'll do that one. Oops, I accidentally unselected it, so I need to select everything again. Then you will choose we're going to choose font 14. Okay, I want everyone's font to be size 14, and choosing a font style like Arial that's not hard to read. Go ahead and pause your video and quickly choose a font style and size, 14. Okay, the last and most important thing that we can do to our paper is to put our name on it so somebody knows whose it is. We're going to do that by adding a header to the top. So in order to add a header, you do Insert, because we're inserting a header. Go up to the top, click on Insert. We're going to find Header. If you click on the arrow, and we want just this top one that says blank. Okay, I want you to pause the video here, click on Insert, Header, and then this blank one. Okay, so we've started to add a header. You'll notice that your type here is selected, so that means we can go ahead and start typing on it, and all the other words will delete. So go ahead and start typing your name, and please make sure that you use a capital letter. Your first name should have a capital letter, and your last name should have a capital letter. Go ahead and pause the video here and type in your first and last name using a capital letter for each one, and then resume your video when you're done. Okay, now that we're done with our header, we don't need that anymore, so you can go ahead and click on Close Header and Footer. Now, for some reason, if you got out of this Design tab and that Close Header and Footer is not there, all you need to do, let's get me out of that, all you need to do is look for this green tab that says Design for Header and Footer Tools, and then click on Close Header and Footer. It stays there, but now you have to double click on it to get back into it, which we're not going to do. So Close Header and Footer. We're done. So I would like you to raise your hand and have me come over and check it to make sure that it looks okay. And then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and save your paper. All you have to do is click on this Save Disk at the top right now. We're going to use the Quick Access toolbar. We don't have to do a Save As again because we already did that. So it's now saved to our H drive, and then you exit out and you are done.